Jason Smith, weekends at 7 on HLN.
Day 3 of Hulk Hogan's $100 million case against Gawker, the media site that had posted a portion of a sex tape of Hulk and a friend of his wife. Terry Bollea, which is Hulk Hogan's real name, says he had no idea he was being recorded. Let's look.
Gawker posts a 1-minute 40-second montage from a sex tape recorded in 2006 featuring Hogan and Heather Clem, the wife of Hogan's friend and radio host Bubba the Love Sponge Clem. Hogan files 2 lawsuits, the first against Bubba and Heather Clem, the second against Gawker for $100 million. Hogan says he never knew he was being taped. Gawker says showing the footage is protected under the Constitution because Hogan has made his sex life a matter of public interest. Hogan and Bubba reach a settlement, and Bubba issues a statement saying, quote, Hulk Hogan was unaware of the presence of the recording device in my bedroom. Hogan's $100 million suit against Gawker Media is underway.
Back with Yodit, Lonnie, Joseph, and Spirit. So, guys, is he going to get this money? What do you think? Yodit?
No, and if he does, it's going to go to the appeals court, and the appeals court's going to reverse the decision of the jury trial.
Lonnie, you agree?
You know what? I actually think now that we've had the Aaron Andrews verdict, I think there might be a little money going his way. I do.
Right? How is it different than Aaron Andrews?
First of all, Aaron Andrews on the stand is much different than Hulk Hogan on the stand. And Hulk Hogan likes to distinguish between Hulk Hogan behavior and Terry Bollea behavior. All the while he's wearing the signature bandana and the handlebar mustache,
now,
right?
I take exception to that because he was not wearing an American flag on his head. He was wearing a black bandana and he had sort of clergy uniform on.
No, then he talks about how this has taken a toll on his life, but he didn't even go and get any therapy like Aaron Andrews did. And not to mention, he's just not that relatable. You have an all-female jury.
I don't know about that.
You have an all-female jury, and he's talking about his sexual exploits in the public realm.
No,
not on the stand.
That wasn't Terry. That was the Hulk.
Oh, we can't. That just starts to get really hairy.
I think that the world discovering that you are not endowed with 10 inches of manhood can be very traumatic. I'm ready to write the check.
It's $100 million just because you don't have a 10-inch penis. Well, there is a big moment that did happen today. The jury watched this gets me. I want to talk about this because I am deeply disturbed by this issue. It's a 2013 deposition. It is of the former Gawker editor, A.J. Delario, I think I'm pronouncing his name right, who had published portions of the sex tape. And this guy has asked some questions that I'm shocked by his answers. Take a look.
Imagine a situation where a celebrity sex tape would not be his work.
If they were a child.
Under what age?
4.
So packed into that statement is that a 5-year-old being sexually abused, he would put out there.
If they're a celebrity.
If it's of interest to the public. And B, there's no limit to anyone's privacy if there's a preoccupation in the public as he sees it, and then he hides it under the First Amendment. Yeah. That's disgusting.
See, I think he was the best witness for Hulk Hogan in this case. I think he turned the jury totally sympathetic to Hulk Hogan and saying that, look, I would put anything, I didn't care that this hurt Hulk Hogan. I didn't care to embarrass him. I'm going to put it out there because I think people want to look at it because I liked looking at it and I thought it was funny. And so I think everybody else should. I think at that point people are going, that's what he said.
Funny.
Yeah. And he said, and I think that people are going to say, you know what? Yes, Hulk Hogan is a public person, but there has to be a line when you're talking about somebody's bedroom, when you're talking about the actual act of sex. You can talk about things, but that's not saying that he's consenting for people to come into his bedroom.
Lonnie, Yodit, listen, Spirit, help me with this, because it's not even just people that talk about it. There's lots of people on the internet these days that put pictures of themselves out there. If those people that are in pornography want to have privacy, I don't care how preoccupied the public is with them, that idiot doesn't have the right to hide under the First Amendment and put their private moments, whatever they might be, out in the public.
Thank you, Dr. Drew. And that's what this $100 million is really about. It is about sending a message that people are tired of being violated. Because I'm an entertainer means I get paid to entertain you when I say so, when we enter into an agreement. It doesn't mean everything about my life is open, including what's between my legs whenever America feels like it.
And guys, hey,
This is a
listen,
clear
all of you,
message.
Spirit, Joseph, Lonnie, Yodit, welcome to the club here. You're all at risk now because idiots like that jerk can say, oh, hey, listen, Joseph
let me tell you something. There are no cameras in my house. My wife, she doesn't play that.
No, what I'm saying is,
do we know that he knew he wasn't being recorded? Because there's conflicting testimony.
He's testified.
Well, Bubba also said something different on Howard Stern. But what I find interesting, I just want to make this point, is that we began talking about the O.J. Simpson trial, and I think that this case, we can draw the line right to that O.J. Simpson trial and the cameras in the courtroom, the opening up of O.J.'s life, Marsha Clark's life, Christopher Darden's life, Judge Ito's life, everybody's life suddenly became fair game, and I think that this is the
final
child,
pathway, yeah.
yes, the demon child of that seed.
But don't we agree that people should have a right to privacy? Just because you guys have been on my TV show, you have no right to privacy if somebody suddenly becomes interested in you?
I think the Erin Andrews verdict shows that people are finally getting to the point where they're going to draw a line. I think it's taken all this time, but I think finally that jury said, you know what, we are going to draw a line and say there is a right to privacy.
All right, I've got, wait, you didn't want to say something, hold on.
When you put your sexual exploits out there as a matter for public interest.
That was Hulk, not Terry.
And in the past, you say that you didn't have sex with your, former best friend's wife. You then leave it open for the press to somehow disprove that or refute that with evidence, with facts.
No way.
And that's what
Hold
happened.
on. Spirit, hang on.
Again,
hang on.
The issue here is this information newsworthy? So
somebody has no right to deny. What if it was a medical matter, and he said, "Listen, I'm not going to discuss my medical history. It's my matter."
I'm not going to discuss my medical history.
Or what if he says no? He's entitled to say no. Do you have a brain tumor? No, I don't. He doesn't have to divulge that. He's under no privilege to do that.
When you've made money writing books about your sexual exploits, gone on Howard Stern, you've interviewed Hulk, Balea. You can't just get 2 bites out of the apple. You can't be who you are as Hulk Hogan and reap the benefits, and then at the same time say, "Oh, whoa, I don't like that about Hulk Hogan. This is actually Terry."
So at what point? Wait, I got to go to break. But this is what Yodit would be telling the jury. You see, so the jury, Lonnie says the jury came over to Hulk, and Yodit would push him back. Next, we got more. We got more on this. It's uncomfortable. This sex tape in the case today. More after this.
Dr. Drew.